Well, a good afternoon, everybody. This is Summer on Lone Peak. It is April 29th. I am in the foothills of Lone Peak somewhere. You can see Mount Olympus is out in the distance right there. Please ignore the big specks of dust on the camera lens. I am going to be fixing that up, but right now, that's, yeah, you just have to deal with it. It's a nice day. It is April 29th, and we are well into the spring season, getting into late spring right now, so we'll probably find a lot more cool species coming up. But first, I'm just going to talk about this plant right here. This is Astragalus, most likely an Astragalus utah-ensis. I'm not really sure what species it is, but it is a pretty nice and big, healthy specimen. So I'm quite pleased to see that. A lot of plants are flowering right now, which is nice to see. And here you can see it's got the peleonaceous flower, typical of the family. Yeah, quite nice. Anyways, there's so many Astragalus species, I can't really tell for sure what it is. It'd be impossible almost, but regardless, I'm going to guess utah-ensis because that's the one I previously identified. So another thing I've seen quite a lot out here is this plant right here. That is that guy. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's very obviously based upon its flower or its dead inflorescences from last year. A number of Asteraceae. It's got these. It's very typical of Asteraceae to have the dead flower heads that look just like that. And you can see there's a green foliage right there. If I get close, I can just touch it. Yeah, right there. So I'm not exactly sure what it is. I couldn't even really begin to guess, but it is absolutely a member of Asteraceae. And when you see this dead inflorescence type, you can generally tell that that's what it is. Okay, so another one we got right here. This is a species of Artemisia, an herbaceous sage species, not to be confused with the mint family sages from the genus Salvia, but this is from the family Asteraceae. And just like that plant I was previously talking about, it's got this sort of dead flower stalk thing. It looks quite similar and very obviously is indicative of Asteraceae, and in fact it's so similar to the guy right here, which is the same species that I was talking about previously. I think they might both actually be Artemisias. I was a little hesitant to call that one an Artemisia, but I think it might be. We'll have to see later for sure though. Now, here's a quick lesson in phenology I can give you. This tree right here is a Prunus virginiana, and it's got almost all of its leaves now. It's been leafed out for quite a while, but the plant in the foreground right here is just only blooming now and not even really leafing out yet. It is a Rhus trilobata, and it leaves out quite a lot later in the season than Prunus virginiana does. And right behind it, you got the Quecus gambelii finally coming into leaf. I've talked about it a lot, like the past month and a half, when it hasn't had leaves, but it finally is putting them out now, so that's quite exciting to see. But yeah, there's three plants with totally different phenology right here. Okay, I'm sorry I have to do this, but I have to overdub this footage a bit. The audio was just too windy and noisy for my voice to be audible at all. I am working on this issue on my camera, but sometimes you just lose footage. Anyways, what's interesting about this place, or at least one thing that is interesting about it, is that the rock here is mainly quartz monzonite. It's an intrusive igneous rock instead of a sedimentary or metamorphic like it's been at the other places I've been. And this rock is quite similar to granite. In fact, it's often called temple granite colloquially because it was used to build the temple downtown, but it is indeed quartz monzonite. And the difference is that while granite is mainly alkalic feldspar, this rock is mainly a mix of alkalic feldspar and plagioclase. What's the significance of that? I don't exactly know, but that's just what differentiates them. And here you can see sort of the sand that is derived from this igneous rock. Quite neat stuff, actually. And I don't know how it affects the vegetation exactly, but it certainly affects the way the mountains appear up Little Cottonwood Canyon. And it looks almost like more like California in parts, like in the Sierra Nevada, where it's full of granite. But regardless, that's the fact. So right here we got another really great plant. This is Purshia tridentata, except it's now finally in bloom. I've talked about it previously before it was in bloom, and now it finally is. You can see all these nice rose family type flowers it's got. Quite a nice sight to see. It's really got pretty lovely flowers. Like the whole plant looks almost like it's yellow now because of all the flowers it's got. Anyways. Okay, one more plant I'm going to talk about. This is Rhus aureum, the golden currant. It's got these tubular flowers, as you can see, and it's a member of the family Grossulariaceae. Formerly it was Saxifragiaceae, but now it's known that Rhus is in Grossulariaceae. And it's a nice one. It's got no thorns like some Rhus or gooseberry or currant species do. And it's it's really pretty. It's native to much of North America, and it's a really nice plant. It has a very delicious edible fruit too. They're kind of small, but again, delicious. And We got very small seeds, which is quite nice when you're eating little fruit. That's something you got to worry about. Like Prunus virginiana has pretty large and unpalatable seeds on the inside, which kind of ruins them if the sour flavor didn't already. But it's a really good one. Love it. And it's just growing in the foothills right here, as you can see. Ooh, that's a bit washed out. But yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about today. So thanks for watching, and see ya. Really quickly, that Astragalus species, and I don't know if it's the same one or not, but regardless, it may have actually been a Astragalus molluscum or a Astragalus Purshia. It's hard to tell, but those are the three most likely ones it could have been. But anyways, yeah. Wow, that bird just flew really close. Missed it, unfortunately, but hopefully it passes by again. Oh, is it? Is it coming for us? Better ISO right now.